Welcome to Learning to Code HTML Part 1. Today we're going to discuss proper HTML elements and syntax. So first of all, here we have our brackets page opened, and we're going to go ahead and open our web page as well in a browser. So to code these now, we're going to open this in a split screen view. So in Mac, take the green button, hold down on it, and then click tiled view. I believe on Windows, you just take the edge of your window and just bring it to the one side. It'll clip in. So now that we're in a tiled view, we're going to go over how to activate these pages. So let's say we make a change to this code. We have to save it. To save it on a Mac, you're going to press Command S. On a Windows, you can just press Control S instead. So you go over to this page here, and you're going to press Command R. Command R is for refresh. You're going to refresh your Chrome page. So now you can see it updated because this was saved and this was refreshed. So you can write whatever we want here. Hello, save it, and then refresh it, it updates. So we're going to go over what we wrote here. You can just get rid of this body first. You can see in HTML, all of our code is written inside, it's called angle brackets. It's basically just greater than and lesser than signs. So you can see we have HTML. That's the first element we have to add. You have to have an HTML element to code anything in HTML. So go ahead and open this here. And then inside HTML, we're going to write head. And then we're going to close head. So you'll see, to open an element, you just write its name inside of angle brackets. And to close it, you write its name inside of angle brackets in front of a forward slash. So a forward slash just means you're closing that element. So inside of HTML again, we're going to add one more. This one's going to be called the body. And so the difference between the head and the body is insignificant. You can write HTML code in either the head or the body, but I would say just choose one. What usually ends up happening is you'll write all of your HTML inside, let's say, your body, and then once you want to code in JavaScript, you'll put that inside the head. So I write all of my HTML inside the body. I'm just going to completely ignore the head. I'm just going to get rid of that. It doesn't matter. So here we have your HTML element and your body element inside that. So now that we're inside the body, this is where we can write text. So if we open and close P stands for paragraph. So this is a graph. Save this, refresh this. That's what a paragraph looks like in Chrome, in HTML. There's many different ways to write text. You don't have to use paragraph. Another common one is to use header. So you have H1, this is your first header. Save this, refresh. That's what the first header looks like. Typically it has a much bigger font, compared to the paragraph. So you can repeat this. You can have your H2. The second header is smaller than the first. And you can repeat this 6 times. So you have H1, H2 to H6, and they're all different sizes. So we'll do that real quick. So as you can see, we have first through 6th header, and we have a paragraph. And this is what they all look like. So they get incrementally smaller as you change your header, and your paragraph will always stay the same. Now if we take these paragraphs, we can add attributes to them, like bold, italic, and underlined text. So you can do this to headers or paragraphs. We're going to do it for paragraphs for now. So to have a bold element attached to a paragraph, all you have to do is open, close your angle brackets, and type B, and then close that at the other side. So B stands for bold. We're going to see we have a line of text here. It's a paragraph, but it's in bold. We can repeat this for italic and underlined as well. So the element for italic is just an I. Of course, close at the other end. Fresh, you have an italic paragraph. And of course, an underlined paragraph just uses U instead of I. For this, you have an underlined paragraph. So these are very basic elements. And when you have your HTML element, inside that you have a body. And inside your body, you have your headers and your paragraphs. This is called nesting code. So you have elements inside of other elements. So an example of how you might use this would be the following here. So here we are. We can use a first header to just say learn to code, the second part 1, elements and syntax, and in the paragraph we're demonstrating you can have bold, italic, and underlined text. So to make this work, you had to do open and close your bold element, then open and close an italic one, and open and close your underlined one. It's totally okay to have different elements that open and close inside another element. Now, it is okay to have these elements appear at the same time, as we'll demonstrate here. So here we have bold, italic, and underlined text, all at the same time. So you have a paragraph, bold, italic, underline, and closing them all at the end too. It's relatively simple once you get the hang of it, and so you just got to remember all HTML elements in code is written inside angle brackets. You have to remember to close your elements as well. If you leave anything open, if I forgot to close my underline, none of this would work. Everything's in red, it doesn't like that. Well, that concludes part 1 of how to code in HTML. I hope you've learned the different elements between headers and paragraphs, along with bold, italic, and underlined elements, and the proper syntax to open and close them. We'll see you in the next video, part 2 of how to code HTML. Goodbye.